Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought USA campaign, where we're under submarine attack. But we survived. We made a bit of an oopsie here, but we survived. We are gonna run there. Let's not auto-resolve that one, because that's gonna be a slaughter. Torpedoes off. Rich and Black. Two names that will live in infamy. Tighten up formation. Armor-piercing rounds, please. Aggressive torpedoes, fire. Torpedoes off. What were you aiming at? Jeez. No matter. High explosive rounds. That light cruiser is really eager to attack us, isn't she? That's a second torpedo hitting the wake of the first one. That is sneaky. I disapprove of that. Just so you know. Let's change target up to the light cruiser. If you want to play balls, then let's play. Pew, 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 pew. 1-inch guns, do your thing. Ruin the enemy. When I'm done here, no one will recognize Montebello. Her parents will think of her as a monster, yes. Keep firing those 1.1-inch guns. God. That sounded really creepy when I think about it. I say, with an evil laughter attached to it. Bad me, bad me. You know how I mean it, people. Not like that, no. Jeez. Can't say I'm doing a lot of damage now, can I? But I am doing damage. In the auto-resolve, these ships would have died. I mean, you saw the auto-resolve earlier, where I lost 2 destroyers in a fight like this. I'm gonna risk firing a torpedo now. I will save my torpedoes for the heavy cruiser, actually. Again, very well attack run. Let's go for another one, hopefully the last one on this ship. Destroy 3 torpedoes remaining. That's still enough to sink me, don't get me wrong. Explosive rounds here. My 3-inchers, but also on my 1.1-incher. My single ones. We need more ammo. We need ammo. On a ride. Quote a famous person. Scores her first real hits on Mr. Black. And again, don't do that. So let's hit a defensive measure. Torpedoes free. Torpedoes off. That destroyed. 2 torpedo hits on her, and she is done for. Okay, now turn the other way around. We still have 6 torpedoes. That's 1 attack. See if we can sink the heavy cruiser. If we can, that would be glorious indeed. Where do you think you're going, eh? One hit, 2 hits, but the second one wasn't done. Alright, how's the damage? Central compartment hits. Activate torpedo avoidance. Mrs. Black, turn! Ooh, close one. Well, Mr. Rich, turn. No, wait, it was the other way around. It was Mrs. Rich and Mr. Black. Yeah. That's what I had in my mind the entire game. Don't ask me why. Bourbon has a engine destroyed. That's actually pretty good. However, I'm going to focus fire on the destroyer next. I know we can sink the destroyer at least. I'm not quite sure if we have the capabilities of sinking the heavy cruiser, so focus fire on the destroyer, please. While we still have ammo. I like the heavy smoke on the cruiser now that she's hit. And now that one of her engines is out. Is she covering the destroyer there? I think she is. Impressive. Luck, but I like to think it's impressive. Mr. Black got hit again. Selecting. Ooh, flash fire on the enemy destroyer. Yeah, that really kills a destroyer quickly if they flash fire. Torpedoes ready. They're on the left side, on the port side of my ship. We're going in. Torpedo avoidance. Now, now, now. Ooh. Not see that coming. Detach. Richie. Aggressive fire your fishes. Fish go. You did not fire go. And instead took a torpedo yourself. What the actual... And the torpedo, when you finally fired them at a terrible angle, was a dud. Mrs. Rich, disengage. Mr. Black, do your duty. Torpedo hit on her bow. Cover the retreat of Miss Rich, please. We're seeing her bulkheads being overwhelmed now by the floods. It's not good though, it's not good. No, she's fighting her flooding. She has it under control. We are disengaging, ladies and gentlemen. Rich can only do 16 knots. What can you do? You're doing 12 right now. I should be able to get away. Even though my one destroyer is badly damaged. The other one lost a gun, apparently. Okay. Her speed is 10 knots. Yep. We can get away. We will get away. 2 ships killed. Unlucky there with the last torpedo attack. If Rich fired her torpedoes a bit earlier, like I told her to. Of course, I still had to aim, so yeah. Should have slowed down, maybe. Probably. Most definitely. Then I think I could have killed her. I could have killed that heavy cruiser there. Talking about one of the most beautiful ships of the Second World War. Cleveland's. There is one American ship that I love above all others, and that is her. I'm not a fan of American battleships. I'm not a fan of American destroyers. Overall, I find the American ships, you know, gauge mass looks cool. But besides that, I don't really care about the aesthetics for the American ships. But the Cleveland class, I make an exception for that one. That ship just, looks great. It almost feels like I've been here before. My 14-inch gun battleship, Delaware, engaging a 16-inch British battleship. I do feel like I've been here before. Let's slow down to 20 knots with the cruiser force. And this cruiser force, really, this entire force needs to head back into port before too long. What's your optimal speed? 14 knots. That is a bit slow. I'm willing to go 20 knots. You do get a course where you sail slightly away from the enemy, though. Eventually. Cruisers for the screen line. Shells. You're targeting Mrs. Wilmington here. And they're charging in. Like there's no tomorrow. Make sure you are firing armor-piercing rounds, battleship. damage here. Flooding hits. Excellent. Well in gun range of my escorts. For a single battle line with the heavy cruisers. This battleship is wrecked. Oh my god, son. She's still fighting though. As my light cruiser abandons her posts, takes on secondary line. Let's light them off. I believe. Yeah, the battleship's done for. Well, look at that. Her structure is at 3%. Enemy cruiser down, enemy cruiser down. Ooh. And one of my cruisers here dropped out of line and went all the way to the back. It's one of the risks of this tactic. Paid off though, in the end. What happened to you though? Pueblo? 7-inch hits? Yeah, not really sure why you turned away. Enemy cruiser destroyed. The entire enemy task force is gone. Excellent. Royal Oak, another Ajax-class battleship, out of action. New. Okay, so the Italian naval invasion is up to 30%. I got some ships in the area here trying to do their thing. These 2 Wyoming-class battleships should be done. Let's get them in. Let's scramble some extra escorts for them though. If we can. Excellent. That's enough. Yeah, I'm seeing Italian submarines here, so I want to make sure my battleships do have an escort. That will really help a bit here and there. I'm gonna lose some stuff here unless I get a task force in. What do we have? A Charlotte, a Cambridge. Right, let's take the Cambridge class, but especially the Miami and the destroyer. Bilbao fleet, once again being repaired. Not interested. Not interested. Finances. We are within capacity. We're gonna take a turn not fighting a lot, I think. Let's see. I think Colorado. I've seen her in action a couple of times. Let's start upgrading her. One turn, then we get a fascinating new cruiser hull coming up. Not sure I'm gonna use it. Unless, yeah, maybe. Actually got an idea for it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on these fights. This naval invasion is, well, it's looking, I suppose. Yeah, it's just Italy itself that remains, isn't it? Don't think the Italians... Well, no, I could, if this invasion fails or succeeds, let's assume it succeeds, shall we? We could move here and take British Somaliland and Eritrea from the Italians, leaving the Italian fleet without any port in this area. Couple of ships protecting here, that's fine. South Atlantic, yeah, we got 5 cruisers and some we've got a fairly large fleet here actually, apparently. Unlike West Africa, where we don't have a lot of ships out and about right now. Not seeing any submarines, so I'm willing to do this. Form up a new fleet here. 2 Franklins and 2, yeah, okay, you're gonna hunt over here. The Freetown fleet is ready for action. We're not... Ooh, there's a battleship here. Yeah, let's try to intercept that battleship. Afterwards, we're gonna slowly move this fleet back up north towards Great Britain herself. Sank an enemy submarine. Excellent. Yeah, let's hit the end turn. Okay. Ooh. I don't care about Great Britain in that regard. Submarine attack on my ships. Submarine attack on my ships. Strike on their port. Strike on their port. Modern Heavy Cruiser 3, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's one of the last hulls we're actually gonna get in the cruiser line, isn't it? Let's launch an invasion of Singapore. I think we should have enough power for that. If not, we'll move some ships over next turn from over here. I'd rather take Singapore than Eritrea and British Somaliland. I mean, with all due respect, no. Ship design. No, finances first. We are within capacity. Let's start upgrading Los Angeles. Next turn, next turn we will have a lot of ships ready for action, including some light cruisers that have not been given a port. Reinforce Gibraltar, reinforce New York, and the heavy cruiser will actually I don't know. We could reinforce Odessa, that's fine. From there we can move it out towards the coast of Africa, yeah. Battle cruisers, 2 and 3 turns. That will be very useful, especially the one in Manila. Looking forward to having her. Battleships will take a while longer. Heavy cruisers will take a while longer. Hold on. Special machinery. Okay, armor quality. Drop 5. That's 5 months if I speed it up. Let's not speed it up though. Gun layout. Is there anything interesting happening? Advanced bulkhead protection. That's useful. But all in all, I think this is actually the more useful tech coming up right now. Yeah, no. Nothing of interest coming up. And that is the Modern Heavy Cruiser 3. It's a legend. Already. That's a terrible name, I disagree. This is Bubbles. And there's one thing you should all know. Nobody fucks with Bubbles. Bubbles has 10 months build time. Let's try not to make it 18 months like the other cruiser, because that was way too much. 8 inches Mark 3, 9 inches Mark 5, 10 Mark 4, 11 Mark 4. Hello, 9 inchers. We are back, aren't we? Am I going simple with a triple gun setup? It would be nice to have a cheap heavy cruiser, actually. Relative cheap, that is. Oil 2. Big funnels do not fit here, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. 3 normal funnels then. Or gear turbines. Yeah, no, it's stupid that it doesn't fit. Does it really not fit? I mean, I'm fine with it not fitting, don't get me wrong, but then I would like to see, whoa, camera issues there, that the connection points here go away. Sadly, that is not going to happen. Right, secondary guns. No, main guns. Can we get... No 6-inchers on there. That's a shame. Could have turned that into a battle cruiser and a half. Okay, 5-inch battery. Check. We can't have any 4-inch gun. This would look so much cooler with the 4-inch guns, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, this is made for 4-inch guns. Yeah. I want to comment, but I won't. Oh, if I rotate you, you might actually fit. Yeah. applies here. Okay. 2-inch guns installed. Build time 11 months, but we still need to do all the modules. And we all know modules boost up the build time by a lot. First things first, we can get an 8-inch main belt. That is pretty good. Ooh, we're actually on an aft weight offset now. .2. I can live with 0.2. Okay. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Then we have a 12 months build time right now. I'd like to keep it below 15 at the very least. 2 powder TNT. Standard ratio shells. Anti-flood. Reinforced bulkheads. Is reinforced bulkheads necessary? Let's take a look at my flash fire chance. 8.5%. I'd rather get this in. Okay. 13 months build time right now. Auxiliary 2, shaft 2, electric 2. My standard go-to for these modules, essentially. Unbalanced rudder. Haven't touched the citadel and the armor, and the torpedo belt will increase. That's 16 months all of a sudden. 15 months, 14 months, 13. So anti-torp 1 I can add without adding any build time. If I increase the crop armor, nothing really changes in terms of build time. Cost goes up nastily though. Though only 100 million more. It's not that much. Citadel will increase the build time, but then I can get anti-torp 2 in as well. 16 months. It's a bit higher than I would have liked, but it will give me a citadel. Let's max it out. Yeah. 16 months build time. 3 turrets. I could go for 4 turrets looking at the... Let's see, what will happen to the build time? It's mostly build time. That's the issue for me right now. If I add a 4th turret, it'll add a month of build time, and 17 months is really too much for me. No, I'm gonna stick with the 3 turrets, like so. 16 months build time. Like I said, I wanted to aim for 15 months, so 16 is acceptable, but more than that, no way. Is too much. Alright, enhanced reloading. Unless I bring you down, maybe. Yes, then we can get the autoloader. That's a vital piece of equipment, I find. Don't really care about the rotation, but the autoloader, yes sir. Save design. I'm not quite happy. I'm gonna pause the recording here for a second. The 2% weight offset is really annoying me. So I'm gonna quickly redo the ship. Okay, and we're back. We now have our proper bubbles that isn't with a 2% weight offset. Not a lot more guns than Charlotte, actually. Not at all. And that's the thing. Charlotte is a decent enough ship. Like I said, if she would have one more gun. One more gun would be kind of nice. Okay. Let's see. Am I gonna do any of these fights? I don't think so. No. I want to get my fleet back in order. I want to see if these naval invasions actually happen. Probably not, but you never know. This one might actually. 70% is pretty decent. Some destroyers have arrived in Manila. That means the battle cruisers will come soon as well. Alright, what do we have here? Austro-Hungary and France are at war. Austro-Hungary and Japan are at war. That is both good for me. Northampton, tell me. I don't know. I don't think I upgraded you yet. Let's retreat you. Don't like that either, but you know what? It's bad, I know, but I'm gonna auto-resolve it. I don't have time for a big battle anymore today. Destroyers should retreat? No? It's still a victory, suckers. Oh, brilliant. Bloody brilliant. Ah, stop doing this, please. Oh. Well, I'm not in a mood. Well, I don't have. That was the manual battle, wasn't it? Yeah. Not quite what I had planned. Alright. Guess I'll tell the other guys I'll be a bit later. The enemy. It's Battleship Olympia. Nice. Olympia, of course, has 16-inch guns, Mark IIIs. We're gonna need them, I think. Lock on target. Yeah, that's a good enough course. Reliance. Go. Long Beach. Go. Destroyer, join up. Big destroyer formation. Turn off, tighten up. Let's go. Alright, 10 times speed, let's go. Battleship 22 knots. Counting on you, Olympia, counting on you. Destroyer flotilla, light cruiser flotilla, smoke up. These destroyers, come on. Tighten up formation, I asked. What kind of ship avoidance was that, my friends? Enemy is disengaging. Damn, that's not the kind of fight I need right now. That seriously is not. Armor-piercing rounds, please. Come on. You're a 16-incher. duels. That's the triples. Destroyers lock on. Are we gonna do this? Light cruisers come about. Ugh, a blocked hit on my destroyer. Scary. Aggressive fire authorized on the destroyers. Light cruisers, please not get hit by the destroyer fire there. Right, that was the last one. Destroyers disengage. It's not necessarily to hit them, although it would be nice if we hit them. I especially want them to stop running away. Although they're on low fuel now, so... And a torpedo hit. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. That torpedo hit detonated her. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Hold on. Enemy torpedoes inbound. Light cruisers slow down 23 knots. That should be more than enough to actually dodge that attack. And let's fire my light cruiser torpedoes at the enemy battleship. Turn off, increase to flank. My battleship may actually start a turn now. Destroyers come back in. Multiple hits, but mostly on the wreck. Flash fire. Second enemy battleship neutralized. Light cruisers took a torpedo, unfortunately. But a torpedo hit on my light cruisers versus a destroyed enemy battleship. Yeah, I'm taking this one, my friends. Except Wednesday. Unless it's full moon, then I do accept Wednesdays, but not Thursdays. Otherwise, I'll take a light cruiser loss for a battleship any day of the week. Not during holidays, though. During holidays, I prefer. That battleship is really taking a pounding. Yeah, my 16 inches have changed up to the light cruiser. Wondered what that was all about. Kit Kat. Like so, yeah. Job done. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, enemy battleships destroyed. I thank you very much for watching. My time really has run its course. And I will see you next time. Until then, take care.